This is Jeff's house. As you can see, the tarp right there. Hey guys, I'm here with Jeff at Temple and 7th in Long Beach, and Jeff is unhoused, and I will show you. Right now we're sitting outside, so he's got a tent over here, which I'll show you.
No, it's not a tent, it's a tarp.
A tarp. Oh no!
Sorry.
Maybe we should tie that back up.
Yeah.
We just had a technical difficulty with the umbrella. Okay, so Jeff was nice enough to let me interview him for my YouTube channel because there are a lot of, hold on, can you see us? There are a lot of misconceptions about people who are unhoused, and Jeff is a really cool guy.
Hi there.
I saw him one day when I was at the flower shop, and he walked by and was very, very friendly and gave me an awesome smile. So today I asked him if he would let me interview him for my YouTube channel, and he said yes. So we're out here, and I'm going to ask Jeff some questions about what it's like out here and stuff like that. So, hold on, Jeff's getting something. Oh, hey, good idea. You're so good at figuring stuff out.
Yes, I am.
Look at that. Now I don't have to hold it. Whoops.
No, we don't.
So, Jeff,
Yes. Jeff Levy's my name.
how long have you been out here?
2.5 years.
2.5 years? Wait, I've been in Long Beach almost 5 years. You sure it hasn't been a little bit longer?
I got here in 2020,
2020.
looking in the news.
I guess. Okay. So you've been here since 2020 New Year's?
The first month of New Year's, yes.
Okay.
January.
So Jeff's mom and his friend
John
James,
James,
just left. So they were real nice. I got to meet B, his mom,
Mama B.
and John, who was very, very kind. So I guess what I wanted to ask you, Jeff, was what's it like out here? I mean, now you got a lot of friends. I see when I drive by a whole bunch of people come out here, but it wasn't always like that, right?
Not like it is now. I mean, it could be a party on some nights. I mean, it could be, I got 5 chairs. Sometimes I need more chairs for people to sit down and visit. All working people, all blue collar people. I mean, met Dr. John.
Yeah.
I mean, John lives in the neighborhood. His daughter painted me some artwork.
Yeah.
Want to show him the artwork?
Yeah, I'll definitely show him the artwork.
Yes.
We got a whole bunch of artwork over here. I'll do that separate, and then I'll add it in later. Wave, Jeff. And this is where we're at, 7.
7th Street.
Yeah, in Temple.
What is it living on Temple Street? I was street smart growing up as a kid. This is like going to Harvard, graduate school. Now I know who I am now. What kind of man I am now. I mean, it can be crazy out there sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's different. It's a experience of a lifetime. You know what I mean? It really is. I mean,
Scary, bad, sometimes good, sometimes bad. What do you think? Do you think that life is harder for you than someone who does have a house.
Life is what you make it.
Right. That is true. That is true.
Life is what you make it. And I always make everything okay for myself.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
is it scary? Not for me. You know why? Because God has my back.
That's a good thing.
You know what I mean? My life is in God's hands. And I realize that. I sleep like a baby.
The traffic doesn't bother you, the noise?
No, because I grew up on Paramount Boulevard in Lakewood.
Oh.
High traffic. I mean, and I told everybody I can sleep anytime, any place. I do.
When your mom was here, she said that you could come home, didn't she? Or did she? Because you told her it's either the cat or me, because you
Yes.
don't like cats.
No. That's a funny situation, though. My sister. Why don't you ask me this? Why am I here?
Why are you here?
My dad died in 2020. My sister's greedy.
Greed is a horrible thing.
Greedy is a sign of sickness,
Yes, it is.
in my eyes.
Yes, I agree with you.
In my eyes.
Yeah.
Greedy is, next week, no. When my dad died, in my eyes, I got some phony documents saying she got everything. But the documents don't add up. Next week, I'm going to go to Norwalk and get a copy of his will of his living trust. I might be wrong, I might be right. If I'm right, things will change for me. Things will change for me. I mean, but in a way, if I'm right, my sister will go to jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it kind of puts you in a tough spot, huh?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm sure you love your sister, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes.
You mentioned that you were dyslexic.
Yes.
Have you ever been diagnosed with any kind of mental illness or anything like that? Has any doctor ever said? Like me, I was telling you, I'm bipolar. So if I don't take medication, I mean, like I told you, I got hit by a car, I could end up dead. It's a miracle that I'm here now.
When I was younger, back, I didn't talk.
Oh.
I had bad speech. I didn't talk that much. My mom, people told me my sister hit me, my other sister hit me over the head with a bottle. I heard I had pneumonia. I heard about a bullshit. Okay? No, I didn't know mental illness. No.
Well, that's good. You're lucky. You're lucky in that sense, huh?
Yes. 2019, October, I stopped doing speed. I did speed for 20 years. I sold speed for 20 years. I stopped 2 months before I got here. You know what I mean? And thank God. Thank God.
So you don't do it anymore at all? No crystal?
Nope.
That's really good because you know the stuff that they're selling now is really bad, and a lot of people are experiencing psychosis, and there's even PCP. A lot of people in Long Beach do PCP.
Never done that. Never did heroin. back in the 80s, cocaine, stop and go, stop and go. But yeah, if I was on drugs, my neighbors would not let me be here.
Yeah. How is the guy that owns this place? Does he ever give you any trouble or?
No.
That's awesome. And you've
No.
been here a couple years and nobody bothers you here.
First 3 weeks I got here, I got a ticket for trespassing. The judge told me 12 months away. I told her no way. I dragged it out. I got 24 hours away from here. And then a new owner bought this property. The guy who owned the liquor store across the street owns his property now. I'm golden here.
They don't care. They say, hey, as long as you're not bothering anybody or making too much noise, is that? Or do they just say, hey, Jeff, you're cool, hang out?
No. I do protection over the shopping center. You see any homeless people hanging out there?
No.
I do protection. When I see something's wrong, I go up to the guy, hey, move on. You know what I mean?
And they listen to you?
I got hit before. I got yelled at many times. But yeah, my voice is pretty loud. You know what I mean? I do protection over the whole, I protect the whole neighborhood. The church. You know what I mean? I protect the church.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been that way my whole life. I grew up in Lakewood. I protect my neighborhood in Lakewood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it takes a team effort.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I find that if you're kind to people, then they'll be nice to you. Do you think that's true?
It's so true. You know why? I can sit here and be pissed off.
Yep.
And what would get me?
Pissed off.
Won't give me nothing.
Yeah.
I don't ask for a thing. I don't panhandle. I don't beg. I get so much love here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I think people in Long Beach are very kind.
people in the whole world's kind,
Yeah.
but you're kind to them.
Yep, that is true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What else want to ask me?
I was gonna ask you. That's right. I was asking you about your mom.
That's,
So your mom, did she tell you to come home with her?
My mom had a tenant. My mom has rooms out. I lived with mom for 25 years. And I came back from North Carolina. A guy moved in, but just got out of prison. He did not like me. He got his friend on against me to get me out of my mom's house. That was in 2016. I broke my hip I was bouncing off couches. I mean, he finally moved out in July. I was supposed to go back home in July. I'm not there. I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Have you thought about it or?
I'd love to go back home. It's my mom.
Yeah.
I love my mom.
Yeah.
Moms are the best thing in the whole world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think my sister has something to do with it. You know what I mean?
Does your sister live there too?
No, no. My sister owns a business on 611 East Caution, Melinda McCoy's Flowers. I grew up in the flower business. My dad had big flowers up in Lakewood. I mean, my dad had money. I made a lot of money in the flower business. I mean,
Yeah.
No one should be homeless.
Yeah.
No one should be. Mostly not me.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm not homeless. I don't have a roof over my head.
That's why I said unhoused.
Unhoused.
Yeah.
You know,
I prefer not to say homeless anymore because, your home is where you are, and, not everybody has a house. Yeah. So, when did you stop working in the flower business? You mentioned you did was it meth or speed, or because I know it was way different 20 years ago than it was today. They used to call it crank. I did that when I was a teenager.
Yes.
And then they called it speed, and then now it's crystal meth.
yes.
Crystal meth is hardcore, very, very, very bad. Would you agree?
Yes. Any chemicals, what you put in your system, not good.
Yeah.
I mean, not good. But for me, I always lift weights. I always cycle. Always ate, slept, drank plenty of water, eat a lot of greens. I mean, the drug never did me. I did the drugs.
Yeah.
People out on the sidewalk. Excuse me. People out here, or don't sleep, or don't have a comfortable bed.
Yeah.
Excuse me again. Drugs are using them,
Yeah.
eating the brains up. You need to eat, you need to sleep, and you need to have plenty of water in your body.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, you asked me before, in 95, I had a flower shop in Naples on 2nd Street,
Wow.
okay?
Naples Island over there?
Yes.
That's fancy over there. Very, very fancy.
I only place with parking up front. I bought it off a guy for $10,000. I opened the first up for him. He had one in Snow Beach. He needed money to open one up in Sunset Beach. Okay. It was a bucket shop. Nothing but buckets of flowers. No deliveries, no FTD. My sister loaned me the money, $10,000. Mother's Day, so forth. Christmas time, I saw Christmas trees out there. I made so much money. My sister got greedy. The light bill was in her name. She talked to the landlord. With my Uncle Jack Bell, who owns a lot of property here in Long Beach, Bell Land Management, and my dad, the landlord, she took it away from me. Stuck her husband in there, thinking I would work for her and her husband. I said no. And that's okay. I mean, I said, her husband's name was Paul. Paul will learn how hard it is in the flower business. He ran into the ground in no time.
Yeah.
I mean, if people remember back in '95, a flower shop with tons of flowers. I mean, tons of flowers. My gimmick was 996 stem. I mean, it was like the good old days when my Uncle Bill was in business, back in the early 1900s. Nothing but flowers. Okay? My dad owned 4 flower shops called Victor's Flowers in Lakewood, Cypress, and two called McCoys, one in Long Beach, and one in Norwalk. My dad was president of FTV
Wow.
back in the 88. No, 80. I was in high school. I ran the business for them. We had 50 employees, a dozen trucks, 2-story flower shop.
Wow.
You could Google it, it would come up.
What's the name of it?
Victor's Flowers
Victor's Flowers.
in Lakewood.
In Lakewood. I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah. I mean, you start off with a 2-car garage. Then you move over to another building, and then in 72, we built the 2-story flower shop. I mean,
Pretty cool.
yeah. I mean,
Do you miss it?
finding, yes, I do. But since my hip, I mean, yeah.
You broke your hip, so you can't stand too long. Is that it?
It's hard for me to walk. I mean, and living on the sidewalk doesn't help it.
Yeah.
It's not help it.
Yeah. My husband has issues with his hip, and it hurts sleeping on a mattress. So I can imagine.
Yeah.
Was there ever a time when you were out here where you lost your faith in humanity?
No, but I hated my birthday. My birthday's November 2nd, 1961. I hated my birthday. I used to hide on my birthday. I couldn't receive gifts. Since I've been down here? Oh, I thank you for the gift, the lunch gift. I thank you.
Of course.
People brought me gifts. I mean, at first I said no, because I hated my birthday. But now I receive all gifts, not handouts.
Right.
It's all gifts. I mean, because someone drove by and thought of me, bring me a hamburger, a bottle of water, whatever. I get so many. My life here should be a movie.
Well, it's a mini movie right now.
You know what? At Christmas time, I got over 400 gifts.
Wow. That's pretty awesome. You know, I'm coming next Sunday to that church over there with my in-laws. Maybe we'll stop by and I'll introduce you to them.
What time?
I'm not quite sure yet. Probably it'll be a morning mass. I think probably around 10 a.m. or something.
Okay, if you get here early, between 6:30 and 9:30, you have tamales. Fantastic tamales.
Wow.
Every Sunday morning.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in Long Beach that go with the carts and they have the corn and they have
love that too.
tamales.
Oh, yeah.
And they have what else? Don't they have something
Ice.
else? Sometimes
Ice
fruit.
drinks.
Oh, snow cones.
Snow cones, yeah.
Yeah, snow cones are good. So you do drink alcohol.
Yes, I do.
And I know when I was on the street, I drank alcohol, but I didn't normally drink alcohol. Is drinking alcohol, is that something that you could take or leave, or is that something that you use to escape? Or to calm you down, or whatever. I smoked marijuana. I just recently quit, but I smoked marijuana nearly my whole life because it relaxed me.
Okay. I don't need nothing to escape with. The reason why I'm thinking today, excuse me. The reason why I'm thinking at this moment, my mom and John came by.
Oh, and you guys had a beer together?
Yeah, me and John did, and about a killer. I mean, we go back a long ways. Since 1985, we go back. I mean, but usually, so many people stop by here and drink with me. What can I do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What can I do? I should not be drinking I should not be drinking. It's not good. It's not good for my health.
Yeah. I don't think it's good for anybody's health.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't need enough to escape. No. I mean,
Do you believe, I know that, and I don't believe this at all, but a lot of people have told me, oh, people are homeless because they choose to be homeless. What do you say to that?
ooh, wow, that's a tough one. Let me say this. I don't choose this lifestyle. This is a lifestyle that I don't like. Okay? My sister, 2020, got me a screener to get me off my dad's house, off my dad's property, saying I was in 2 drug cartels. I'm his father Jew. I'm not a man from Tijuana. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay?
So it sounds like your sister is really a big reason why you're out here. You don't get along with her. There goes the mailman. Jeff's got all kinds of friends out here. Like he said, a lot of people come and visit him, but people drive by and wave because we're on Temple and 7th is a major street.
And the best waves I get are from kids. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are from kids. Know what I mean? I'm looking for a wife. I am.
So you want to have kids?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Have you had any before?
No one will claim me.
No one?
Will claim me.
No one would claim you?
Yeah. I mean, I tried. I tried my hardest. But I mean, I think back in New York, I have a daughter.
Really?
Yeah. We was going. My dad was on the flower shop in Lakewood, FTD flower shop. We used to go every August to conventions. Okay? And Maria is the name. Mom and Dad owned the flower shop on 42nd Street or 52nd Street in New York. In '82, I went to New York before I went to Germany for an FTD convention, and it was a magical moment. I mean,
Yeah.
we spent a night together. It was magical. The fun thing is, I took her back home on the train, the L train, and I went back to New York by myself. What a great time. You know what I mean? What a great time. And in 1988, I met someone named Jolene Magby. She had two kids. She put me in business. She put herself in business. I was employee. It was called Levy's Marina Valley Flowers out in Murray Valley. And whenever I called her in New York to give her FTD order, they didn't go answer the phone. I think it's my daughter. I think I have a daughter back in New York.
Well, wouldn't that be nice if you found out you did, huh? Is that something you pray about? What do you pray when you pray? Just curious.
God, let me have another day. But you know what? The Bible says to live is to die. I can't wait to go to heaven. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't wait to go to heaven. I mean, a buddy of mine I grew up with, Jeff, why are you calling? I think this is my calling out here.
Maybe.
I mean, if my legal documents now, my dad had a lot of money. If I get a lot of money, I mean, if I'm right, I know what to do with my money.
What are you going to do with your money?
Give me a food truck
Food trucks are a pretty big business out here in Long Beach.
to feed the homeless.
That would be really
A
amazing.
non-profit. A non-profit.
You know, well, it might be hard, but
Why?
no, I mean, sometimes they have loans that you can get to start a nonprofit, and most nonprofits are donation based. And even though you have a nonprofit, you can still pay yourself. So anybody that owns a nonprofit, they make money owning the nonprofit, but they choose how much they pay themselves.
And no taxes. That's my. Yeah, I mean, it's non-profit if you have a good homeless thing. I saw in 2020, about 15 years ago. Not everybody's crazy, in my eyes. The homeless people.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people fake it.
really.
Yeah. To scare people. You know what I'm saying?
I think there are a lot of people working for the government pretending to be homeless.
Honest? Talk to me.
It's just something I think. When I met this one homeless guy in San Diego, he told me a story. He didn't say that he worked for the government, but he said, I was in prison for 5 years for a crack pipe. He smoked crack, and he didn't say a word the entire time he was there. He did not speak at all to anyone or anything, but he could speak. So when he was leaving prison, they told him, hey, we want you to work for the CIA. What do you want to do? And he said, I want to smoke crack. He was on the street, so who knows? Maybe he was out there working for the CIA in some form or another, or the FBI. Nobody knows. But I do think that it would be a very easy undercover gig. In terms of not being found out, not necessarily being homeless is not easy, obvious, or without a house is not easy, but
But why would CIA put people on the street?
I don't know. I have no idea. It's probably just not true. It's probably not true, but I found it interesting. I found it really interesting, and it made me think, because there's so much we don't know about the world, you know? But I don't know if I ever met anyone when I was really sick that was pretending to be mentally ill. I do know that the people that I met when I was psychotic in my episode, that the people around me were either very street smart and were taking advantage of me, or there were quite a few homeless people who helped me.
You are a very pretty young lady. I mean, you know how men are.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
and how long was you homeless for?
You know, I was on and off about a year, but I was pretty much homeless the entire time because I was so detached from reality that I never stayed anywhere long enough.
You was drugged out.
But I was as if I was drugged out, but I wasn't. Like there were times maybe here and there where a homeless person would give me some drugs, but it didn't matter. I was already detached from reality because of bipolar disorder.
That's right.
Yeah, so what I would do is I would just walk for days. And for a woman, it's extremely hard because there's, I could never do this. I have to worry about someone climbing in under my tarp and trying to rape me or So it became even worse because even when I was tired, I could not sleep because there was no place for me to sleep.
No safe spot.
Yeah. So, and going to the bathroom is probably one of the hardest things. There were a few times where I had no access to bathroom at all, because businesses will not let you use their restroom majority of the time, unless you know.
Buy something.
Yeah, unless you buy something, or there are, you know, kind people that will let you use the restroom, but a lot of places and people, they have, you know, misconceptions, and they think, you know, you look disheveled, you're gonna trash my bathroom.
So true.
Yeah, and people do, and unfortunately some people do. So that makes it harder for people that aren't going to, you know. But yeah, so yeah.
How do you get off the street? What turned your life around?
Well, I lost my faith in humanity several times when I was on the street. Several times. And I did not believe that there were any good people left in the world at many points in time. I felt very alone and very scared and just frightened. But because I was in psychosis, I was wandering around, and I was in Compton somewhere, and I was sitting outside this apartment building, and I saw this girl leave, and she had a dog. There was a dog barking like crazy, and for some reason, because I was delusional, I thought that this was a reality show, and this was actually a set, the apartment. So I went into so I went into the apartment, and the people that owned the apartment came home. And the police report said, and you do black out a lot when you're in psychosis. So I don't remember any of it. I remember going in the apartment, and I remember the guy coming home and screaming and yelling at me. But the police report had cut up screens, but I had no tools to do that. I had nothing. I even took my shoes off before I went into this apartment, for whatever reason. The police came and they arrested me, and robbery is a felony. So I was thrown in jail for, and when I went to court, I started screaming and yelling at the judge. I have no memory of this whatsoever.
Wow.
And so the judge said, you're incompetent, because if you're not mentally fit to represent yourself, they cannot have the trial. You have to be able to mentally, you have to be able to understand the law, and you have to be able to defend yourself appropriately. So they held me incompetent, and they put me in the mental health ward of the jail. And I was in jail for 2 months at LA County, and they transferred me over. They had a pilot program where in Rancho Cucamonga, where they teach you how to become competent. They force you to take medication. And I started taking medication while I was in jail, and slowly and gradually I started to come around. But I would not have ever come out of that. I would never have been able to get off the street if it wasn't for my husband.
What you met where?
My husband and I?
Yeah. When you was in Compton, was you married back then?
Yes. This whole episode happened a couple months after we got married.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so what happened was I was psychotic, so I kept calling the cops on my husband and saying that he was beating me, but he wasn't. I believed that he was having a secret life with his ex-girlfriend. I just woke up one day and I believed this, that he was having a secret life with his ex-girlfriend and her 2 kids. And I was completely detached from reality, and it's because I was bipolar and because I was not on medication and I was undiagnosed. I had been diagnosed before, but never given the proper medication. And I wasn't explained anything about my mental illness when I went to the doctor. I was never told this is a deadly disease. Nobody ever told me this is a deadly disease, you can die, and it is. Did you know 2 out of 10 people, 25 to 28% of people with bipolar disorder die. Yeah, by suicide or exposure from being out on the street and not taking. So yeah, so I kept calling the police on my husband. So he had to get a restraining order because the police told him, either you get a restraining order or next time we come here, we're going to arrest you.
Wow.
Yeah. So and he had to get legally separated from me. He did not want to divorce me, but when you're married, it's 50-50. So I could have gone out at any point in time and got a $20,000 credit card and just maxed it out, and he would have been liable. But he got a legal separation, which we still have.
Wow.
I could take it away, but I told my husband I don't feel comfortable doing
Safety
that.
matters.
Yes, for safety.
matters.
For safety matters. Yeah, because even though I'm on medication, there is a 10% chance that I could end up like that again. So I do my best. My husband helps me. He supports me. But you know, everybody else other than my husband just abandoned me. They said, you know, she's out there. It's her fault that she's doing this. She just doesn't want to take her medication, and that's why she's out here. But the truth is, when you have bipolar disorder and schizophrenia, there's another mental illness, you don't know you're sick. It's a symptom of mania and psychosis is that you do not know you're sick. You think everyone else is sick and you're perfectly fine. You feel fine. But so that's the major problem with bipolar disorder is people, and medications have side effects, so people don't want to take them. So yeah, so he saved me.
Do you have a big family? Any brothers and sisters?
I have three brothers and a sister, but they're all younger than me. And my brother that's closest to me in age, he's in Colorado. My other brother, he has his own problems. He's got a lot, but he did try before my husband had to get the restraining order and me end up no longer in the house. My brother did come and he tried to help, and I have bits and pieces of memories of that, and they're not good. And, you know, I told him, you know, I'm really sorry that I put you through this, and this is what happened. But I don't think it was enough for him.
Yeah. Are you guys close now?
No. But the thing is, with that brother, he hasn't been a part, alcohol stole him from me.
He has a drinking problem.
Yeah. Yeah. I came home after I'd gone away to college, and I came home, and I went over to see his apartment, and there were beer cans everywhere, and I made a comment about it and said something like, you should clean up your apartment. And he said, you're just a stupid slut. That's why guys don't respect you. Look at the way you're dressed. And so I ran out of there, and we didn't speak for a few years, and I don't know what happened. I forgave him, but we would see each other once a year, and he would never call or anything like that. So I haven't really had a relationship with him, but you know, I do love him, and I know he loves me, and he was one that came and tried to help me, and he came with my dad another time. So I know he loved, you know,
Give him a call.
I think.
Don't text him. Go to the old school. Give him a call. Family is very important.
It is important.
Family is very important. Your mom still alive?
No, my mom passed away.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Your dad?
My dad is still alive.
Do you talk to your dad often?
We have issues, and he finally agreed to go to counseling with me.
Is Long Beach?
He lives up north, about 5.5 hours drive up north.
Okay.
But he finally agreed that he would go to counseling with me because we had a huge blowout with him and my stepmother, and yeah. So
the main thing is, reach out to him, and call him. I mean, just say, hey, Dad, I'm just going to say hi. See how you doing. It's very, very important, right? Family is very important.
So do you call your sister ever?
It's funny. She called me on last Thursday.
Really?
We had a nice talk.
Oh, that's good.
We had a nice talk. She busted me up about my mom. I told her, let's keep it nice now. And I changed the subject. Usually it's all about money. She talks to me about money always. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But family's very, very important in my eyes.
It is very important.
I call my mom a couple times a week. Excuse me, a couple times a week. Tell her I love her. Family's very, very important.
How often does she visit you?
Since 5 times.
Since you've been here?
Yeah.
5 times? Well, I'm glad she was here today. That's a positive.
It was fantastic. It was fantastic.
How long was she here? Because I...
But you left.
Yeah, oh, okay. So she was here, what, about a half hour, 45 minutes?
Ow.
Hour?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Ow. I mean, Mama B is everything to me. She's my mom.
Yeah.
I mean,
So, do you get any kind of check from the government or anything like that for disability for your hip, or
no.
have you applied?
No. I get. My dad left me, my opinion, in a bullshit third-party living trust. $100,000. It's $1,000 a month for 10 years. I was gone for 2 months. I came back in August. I haven't cashed one of those checks.
Really?
Yeah, my sister has 12 checks of mine.
She's your payee, or
Yeah. Knowing my dad, the money should be in a trust, but it's not. You know what I mean? On my legal documents, it says I can't use money for housing. You know what I mean?
why can't you use it for
It
housing?
says it in the legal document,
That's weird.
isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why it's so phony. That's why I don't think it's real.
So is your mom going to help you with the court case?
No. My mom's is on my sister's side.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Do you feel like they're upset with you for being out here, or like they blame you?
He
or
stuck me here. You want me to get live in you want me to get you want me to go into a civil living program. I mean, like I said, next month I'll know the truth about the contract.
Yeah. It must have been really hard on you losing your dad, huh?
I was not invited to the service. You know what I mean?
That's not fair.
No, it was not fair. I mean, but my sister had her reasons to make it look good, to make me look bad.
Does she believe that your problems stem from drinking alcohol? Is that why she wants you to go to sober living?
Thanks, brother.
Electrolytes for the heat, you know?
Thanks, brother. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift. She wanted to go to a civil program to put it on records. You know what I mean? It's more money to be had. I mean,
Yeah.
I never had no drug charges against me. I mean, my drinking wasn't a problem until I got down there.
Yeah, it gets hot, you know, and it's hard to sleep without I know when I was out on the street, a beer just kind of, I got really angry. I was really angry and I was really scared. And so if I got a beer, I was kind of calmed down a little bit.
I don't get angry.
Yeah, you don't strike me as the type of person that would get angry.
But if I see something, like a homeless person bugging an old lady, that's not, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like people panhandling. I don't like people strong-arming people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trust me. I get pissed off. I mean, if I see something wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, like that guy just came up and gave you a Powerade. That was so kind of him. It must be really, I guess, like the trade-off, like it being, because for you, for me, it was different because I was screaming and yelling at everybody all the time and they just thought I was on drugs, so nobody wanted to help me. Very few people helped me. But the people, every single person that did, I remember to this day. Looks like somebody else is coming over.
Yes. You come over and give some knuckles.
Hi.
Booyah.
Hi, how's it going?
Lives at the corner house. It's Sheffield program. I mean, nice man.
Yeah, he seems very nice.
Nice man.
Yeah.
I mean,
But he lives at the Sober Living.
yes,
now?
on the corner. I mean,
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I was going to say. I guess that's a trade-off for you. You know, you're out here, but do you feel like one of the things that makes you happy is that people are so kind to you? I mean, how often does somebody be mean to you? Often or not often?
Bobby, at 4 times, people drive by and flip me off. You know what I mean?
Just because you're here?
I mean, I make it look too easy. I make it look too easy.
Yeah.
I mean, I make it look too easy. That's why.
But it's not easy.
Life is what you make it.
That is true. It's true.
I raise my voice to get people off the property, keep people move on the way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I think that I get really mad because there are parts of the country where kids don't even have clean water. And here in the U.S., we're not preordained to live here. We don't see our privilege. And I find it very frustrating that people, famous people, go out and buy these big, extravagant, expensive homes when there are parts of the world where children are dying and women are being sold. And so I posted something on TikTok. A man I actually knew was sleeping over there with this cart, and a lot of people responded. And I put, you know, meanwhile, celebrities are making $50 million a year and buying fancy houses. And a lot of people disagreed with that comment. But for me, I think that greed is so much more disgusting than being unhoused. You know, I don't think it's disgusting to be unhoused. I think greed is disgusting. I think being unhoused is situational.
I mentioned before, my dad had money. I got cousins who are big money people in Beverly Hills, and back in New York City. I mean, world famous money people.
Yeah. Did you ever see him?
My cousin Alan came down last Saturday. I asked him for help before, not money wise, to get my legal documents. Never did. You know what I mean? I got a cousin named Mickey Levy back in New York. A big time money man. World famous for his business knowledge. I mean, my sister talks crap about me. I mean,
Yeah. What was her basis for getting a restraining order against you? Did she say that you were violent towards her, or?
I was in 2 drug cartels. That was it.
You what?
I was in 2 drug cartels.
Oh. That's what she said,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
How could she prove that, though?
2 weeks later, my dad died. She didn't have to prove it. I mean, she didn't have to prove it.
It sounds kind of odd to be in two different blood capital markets, huh?
That's my first cousin.
But he's an economist.
Yes.
Wow. Economists, those people understand the economy, money. They understand money, that's for sure.
Yes.
Well, it looks like we're at almost an hour, but
Wow.
and Sebastian's been real patient sitting here.
Real good.
Sebastian really likes Jeff. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna yeah. So would you guys like some kisses too?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for doing this interview with
Anytime.
me.
Come back by anytime you want.
I will. I told you next Sunday I'll come by, see if I can bring you some home cooked meal or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Salad.
Love salads.
Yeah.
Love salads.
Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.